Hello Taurus, my name is Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As always, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. My readings are for sun, moon, and rising signs. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the person that is on your mind currently. Let's get into it. Taurus, what is going on? That one wanted to flip over. King of Swords. Some of you are definitely into an air sign right now. Either that or there's a lot of communication with an air sign. All right, Taurus and their person, what is going on? What is the situation? Maybe some of you had to do some clarifying with somebody in your life as far as love goes. Some of you may have been dealing with somebody who was more in their hermit mode. Maybe you let them know, like, hey, I need more in this connection. That could have been something that was communicated, possibly between you and a Libra. Tell me about this air energy. What is this air energy, this sword energy? I feel like at one point in this connection there was a lot of communication. The communication could have stemmed around exactly where this was going, exactly what's happening. I am getting, even though these are upright, I'm getting a lot of words were spoken that either you or this person wish that you could take back. Either you or this person may have spoken on, maybe hit below the belt a little bit in the separation. Whoever you're in separation with, for some of you it's a Sagittarius, but whoever you're in separation with, it's someone who you have, or had, for some of you, it's had a deep friendship with. I feel like somebody here, when all of these words were spoken between the two of you, they hit below the belt. As far as, like, what someone does for a living could have been attacked, what someone really is passionate about, really cares a lot about, sort of who they are at their very core could have been attacked here. Therefore, dismantling any sort of friendship that was here. I feel like you're both pretty sad about the way things ended here because there was a deep, long friendship between the both of you. But like I said, someone's overall just aura was full on attacked here. And what that tells me is anyone that does that is suffering deep within themselves. Because if we're not suffering deep down, we don't just go around bashing people's careers, passions, the things that they enjoy and love. When we have low blows like that, in this way, when we attack somebody's, overall nature, who they are, the things that they love, instead of dealing with the issue at hand, when we start going for low blows like that, that tells me that the person spewing out the low blows is vibrating very low, is going through a very dark time. Because like I said, people who are vibrating really high, who have a lot of good things going on, a lot of good energy, they don't go around bashing someone else's entire existence and what they love. And like I said, it was a hit below the belt. You're both really sad about this. The person on the receiving end of these words is pretty sad about the way it transpired, especially since this connection was a bright, happy one with a deep level of friendship as well. That's been quite tarnished here. I feel like at this point there's no chance of reconciliation. Never say never. But as the energies are now, it looks like the chance of reconciliation is very low. And this person made sure of that. Whoever kind of spewed the words that dissolved not only the relationship, but the deep friendship that you two shared, it was almost done on purpose. They almost wanted to sabotage it to a point where there was no coming back from it. And again, that is somebody who is going through a lot deep down when they feel like they have to hurt others to try and make themselves feel better. That's someone who's going through a lot on the inside. So Taurus, if you're on the receiving end of this, it's not you. And if you are on the dishing out end of this, please always remember that karma is at play, and it's never okay to take the things that we're feeling inside, whether it was this person or you. It's never to take those internal struggles and battles and make them someone else's problem. We need to take care of our own shit. I don't like to get too vulgar on this channel, but whoever it was, it's not telling me who it was, but it's definitely affected the both of you. Definitely. How does this person feel at the deepest level about Taurus? They view you as maybe more of a player, maybe someone who's a little bit more impulsive. Taurus, you could have, just kind of had it with this connection, especially if there were words going back and forth between the two of you. Maybe you had it. Maybe you went into other connections or went after someone else. How they're feeling is they're feeling like you were very impulsive here for some reason. Why are they feeling? They're also feeling like you were very cold and dismissive during the ending of this relationship. Why are they feeling like that? Moon card. They're definitely in their feelings about you a lot more than they're letting on if you guys are in no contact. Why does this person feel like Taurus is impulsive? Some of you are dealing with another earth sign, but you could have taken a risk here, maybe an uncalculated risk. I don't think that you necessarily calculated what the consequences could be of this action here, whatever that may be. And I'm getting it has to do with this King of Swords here. It's like whatever flew out, whether that was verbally or whatever it was that you did. I'm getting the energy, Taurus. You were sick of the fighting and the battles. You were just sick of it, so you just kind of stepped away. And again, you may have been impulsive. You may have went towards somebody else. This person didn't like it, therefore adding to the conflict. Overall, this person feels very unstable. If you were the one that sort of had words for this person about what they do, their passions, it definitely affected them in a very, very deep way. And remember, we always want to be careful of karma and never take our own internal battles out on somebody else, especially, a friend that we really have known for a long time and care about through deep down. I'll also say this, regardless of if it was you or this person that spewed words, and usually in these situations it's both, let's be honest. But, it's really important to remember that relationships are strange, because whatever hate was spewed here to either make this person or you feel like you couldn't be your best there for at least a few days. It's like they attacked everything about you and what you love, or you did this to them. The opposite of love isn't hate. It's not hate. It's not, spewing out all of these things to hurt another. That's not the opposite of love. The opposite of love is indifference. Not caring to even verbally attach words to a person to come out of your mouth. That's not caring. That's what it looks like to actually not love someone. So whoever spewed out these verbal words during these arguments or what have you, they're actually in love. And again, I'm getting it's kind of both here. You guys are actually in love with each other, right? That's why this argument put you both kind of in a sad vibration, and I'm like, what? And the person on the receiving end was kind of like, what? I really leaned into this person. I thought I could trust them to open up about whatever passions I'm working on, all this stuff, and then they just bashed it. But then the person that bashed it was really deep down dissatisfied with themselves for not going after what they're passionate about. There was a bit of jealousy here. Like I said, someone who's vibrating very high doesn't go around looking to destroy others. In a relationship, there's always two. When something like this comes to an end, we love to sort of, well, they just went to someone else and they were impulsive and da-da-da-da-da. It's always important to take a look within. What could we have done? Even if you were the person that, your whole livelihood got thrown off balance here by the words this person spewed at you, look within. What did you say to this person? Not that it's your fault by any means, but what can you do better going forward next time? For some of you, I'm getting that this is just kind of relentless. You can still feel this person like hating on you, even though it's like the situation's done. You still can feel their energy trying to bring you down. Remember, the opposite of love is not hate. It's not trying to tear someone down. It's indifference. It's not caring. So whoever this is deeply in love with you. What's some advice that we can give Taurus in dealing with this connection? Wow. This is actually your true love. But the way things are currently, you as well are feeling very unstable. You're feeling this very strongly, if not more so, the unstableness of this whole thing, right? We have a divine pair here, but not in their best energies at all. You're both feeling very unstable. I'm getting like, it's like, this is the kind of relationship where one little thing will set this off and then this, and it just builds and builds and builds. All of a sudden you guys aren't talking and you're spewing insults at each other, which can break down to toxicity. But at the end of the day, like I said, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. Lover's card here. You guys are deeply in love with each other. This is just a very toxic situation where, although you guys are deeply in love with each other, there's still a lot of healing that needs to be done separately. One of you has a clear anger problem and loves to verbally attack people when you're not feeling your best. And that's not okay to do, not to someone who's your friend, which has now dissolved. Definitely not to someone that you're in love with. But then it's like another one of you does have these impulse issues. You'll be impulsive. You'll go after someone that you shouldn't just because you think it might be easier because there's no arguments yet. That's the problem, right? Yet that new shiny person always looks new and shiny until they start to notice something, until these little normal relationship issues start to pop up, and then all of a sudden they're, what else is out there? I gotta be impulsive and go find something. There it is. There's someone new who doesn't argue or ask questions. They will, right? They will down the line. They're just new right now. This person's your true love. That's why there's so much, that's why you both feel a little bit dimmed when you're not in this connection or when you're not speaking to each other. The person that verbally spewed words that they probably know that they shouldn't have, they do feel guilty about this. I don't feel like they meant it. The other person's taking it really hard though. And then the person that may have went out to other connections and was really impulsive, they also are feeling bad about this right now. Like I said, it's just like one little play will play on the other, until there's just destruction of not only the friendship, but the relationship. I do feel like as soon as the universe has deemed both of you as healed enough to come back into contact with each other, this will align. This will come back together again, in case you're wondering. For many of you, you have done this several times with this person. So make sure this time to actually diagnose, really get down to the nitty gritty, figure out exactly what it is that keeps disrupting this connection and fix it. And truly try to fix it. And that does take both people. For those of you though that you're like, no, that was it, they went off to other options, I'm not having that anymore. I'm a very loyal person. I don't think I could be with somebody who does that, although never say never. Yeah, a lot of you are just like, no, that's it. Because this person, like I said, they went out of their way, or you. It's one or two of you, maybe both of you. Someone here went out of their way to verbally attack one of you. And that person, too, is like, no, it went way too far this time. So it's like this was divinely guided. If not only, I am getting you guys are going to come back together, but it was at least divinely guided in the time it happened so you both could learn lessons. And at the end of the day, there is no failed relationships. There's only lessons learned. So that is what I have for you today. As always, hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys next time.